And welcome to Nocturnal Frequency Radio here live on the New Visions Radio Network, and of course, simulcasting on our YouTube channel. So if you're listening to us or watching us, thank you for joining us tonight. We were supposed to have a guest tonight, guys, but unfortunately, feeling a little under the weather. Lisa will be joining us sometime in January. So I'm looking forward to having her on the show, talking about her book and her experiences and stuff like that. But tonight, wait, do we have Dr. Demon Gord in the house, don't we?
We do.
We do.
Dr. Demon Gord.
And he gets applauses too.
Good. Live studio audience.
Live studio audience. Anyhow, thanks for joining us tonight. Well, it was good while it lasted, but unfortunately the snow has showed up. I don't know about you, Dr. Demon Gord.
Yes.
What's the snow situation like down in your parts of the woods?
Well, when it started this morning early, it was just in the air, and there was a lot of it. But it wasn't.
It was just in the air.
Yeah, it was just floating around.
It was just floating around. You mean like orbs?
It was completely. There was a bunch of white orbs. I knew they were trying to communicate with me because it kept landing on my head. So that's when I knew that it was paranormal.
Did you feel a tingling sensation when they touched you on the head?
It made my hair fall out. Orbs disguised as white orbs.
Well,
so what you're saying is that you had a full head of hair before this.
I did. It was long, flowing hair. Maybe you remember Fabio? We had the same haircut.
Oh yeah. And then it just sort of left, and this is how you felt, right?
I believe it's not butter, and then the orbs. I don't hear that.
He's got no hairline. Well, okay, so what's new, Alex?
Nothing.
Well, we haven't done that in the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I've noticed, yes. I was kind of disappointed.
And part 2 of the Alex collage is coming up soon.
Oh, good. Is it the same release date as Nocturnal Night Shots 3?
No. It's going to take a little longer.
Ah.
It's a lot to edit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can imagine.
So, yeah, okay. I don't want to get into NN3, NS, oh my goodness, NNS3 yet. I want to do that after we go for break. But I'm at a loss here because I was all set up to have a guest tonight. So I'm like, wait a sec here. My research is not on the table, and I'm like flying solo here with a new computer. It's just like I'm in awe. What's it like to have a new computer? Ugh.
Yeah.
That is.
Huh?
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what that is. So yeah. So anyways, crappy weather today. Shitty. Still snowing. I don't know. Is it still snowing in your areas, guys?
Yep. Rain.
Rain.
You got rain? I think it's still. I think it's stopped actually in my area. Trying to look out the window, but I can't see.
Wow.
We got a lot of it.
You got a lot of snow?
Yeah, we got a lot of snow.
Like, what's a lot of snow?
We got, I'd say, about 6 inches.
Wow, really?
Close to 6 inches of snow, yeah.
I had a dusting. It's all melted.
Well, it started off as a dusting here, but it actually accumulated. We're probably about, with Alex, about 5 or 6 inches, roughly.
So glad I live down south. That.
Oh, down south. What was that?
South from you.
Yeah, south from us, yes, for sure. In a balmy area.
In a balmy area. Yeah, but I mean, down in your area though, I mean, you don't really get hit too often, do you?
You were hidden behind the Niagara Escarpment. So even in the summer, a lot of the severe weather just bounces up and goes up your way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we don't get a lot of bad weather down here at all, except wind. You seem to get rocked by wind.
You get rocked by wind.
That's you and Brett. We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that. I'm sure we will. It's paranormal radio. We do talk about stuff like that, don't we?
Oh, paranormal. Everything's paranormal.
Sorry?
It's paranormal.
Everything's
What-
paranormal.
Yeah.
Everything's paranormal. Huh?
Including running through a cemetery in the pitch black, taking pictures.
Oh.
Oh, wait
Wait a sec here. He's already starting.
Hold on. This deserves this.
Yes.
I wait a sec here. We've got to switch up here. We've got to get to the meat and bones of all that kind of stuff, and that, you know, after we go from break. But if you guys had a chance to see that Prime TV series, Truth Seekers, Simon Pegg.
No. How is it?
Alex? I mean, Gord?
Not at all.
Oh, you haven't?
I know what you're talking about.
It's actually not bad. Are you familiar with Simon Pegg?
Absolutely.
Okay. It's actually not a bad series.
Okay. The
It's about,
premise is?
Sorry?
Premise of the show is?
Paranormal investigators that work for a cable network. Or internet network or whatever. And I think what is it, 6 or 7 episodes, maybe 8, and basically they go and investigate strange little incidents. It's actually not a bad series.
Maybe I'll have to check it out then.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Perhaps.
And Alex, did you happen to catch that Skinwalker documentary?
Not yet. I was too busy playing around with my roadcaster.
It was okay. It was really not that great. It was I don't know what to say.
Was it based on the book at all, or was it just?
No, I can't remember that broadcaster out of Los Angeles. The guy that he's been on Coast to Coast many times. Can't remember his name. Oh man, it drives me nuts. Anyways, based on his investigations and sort of research of the Skinwalker Ranch when Bigelow bought it, Bob Bigelow, and a lot of the stuff was apparently withheld. He was not allowed to share anything until recently, and apparently it's the only footage of its kind available out there. I don't know, whatever. And I don't know. To me, it really doesn't say too much about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll have to check it out because I read the book and I want to see, and I'm pretty sure it's the same person that you're talking about then, the Hunt for the Skinwalker book.
That's it. Yeah. It's based on the book, but it's not based on the book. It's
right. It's more
the book,
like,
I think, is slightly different.
Right. From what I'm gathering from what you're saying, this is not necessarily a continuation, but almost like the unedited version where you the deleted scenes, sort of speak, I guess, where, like as you said, he couldn't really discuss when the book got published, right?
The scenes that were never available until now.
Exactly. See if I can find the book, but maybe on break I'll see if I can find the book.
On break, yeah, on break you want to check it out. It's okay. I mean, it's something if you want to pass some time, you have some time to sort of check it out. It's and Gord is like, what the fuck is the Skinwalker?
I don't want to know, do I?
Alex, do you want to explain to him about Skinwalker Ranch?
Yes, tell me, Alex. Tell me all.
Yeah, so
Alex has a more of a fascination towards it than I do. I mean, I find it fascinating, and I've seen and listened to some stuff about it and read some stuff, but
yeah, so Skinwalker Ranch is basically a ranch in Utah, where a lot of paranormal activity occurred. Now, the name of the title of the book is kind of misleading because the Skinwalker is sort of a Native American. I don't know how to put it, but it's basically a shaman that could take a form of any animal that he wishes. Anyway, besides the point.
Isn't it a Wendigo?
Well, Wendigo is slightly different, but nevertheless, this ranch in the Utah basin was the subject of a ton of paranormal activity. And when Bob, I think it was Bob Bigelow, is it his name? It's Bob, right?
Bob Bigelow.
Yeah. He was a billionaire. Anyway, he's got interest in the paranormal as well. He bought the ranch off the people who were there, but he also allowed the same people who used to own it, that sold it to him, to sort of maintain the property. And he also sent a bunch of researchers to the location to basically try to capture this paranormal activity that was being claimed that was happening. Things like, giant coyotes or dog-like creatures that they took shots at but could not kill. And then that was just one of them. Cattle mutilation, seeing sort of UFOs. It was a slew of different phenomena that occurred in this ranch, apparently. And so the premise of the NIDS team, which is what the name of the scientific team was called, went there to basically try to document all this and see if they can sort of find out what's going on. I mean, there was even a scene where there was a couple of the researchers in the field, and they saw what looked like a portal open up in the field somewhere down. I don't know how far it was, and when it opened up, they could see a craft, quote unquote, on the other side of that portal. And so, I mean, a whole slew of different things happened at this ranch, and it was an interesting read. Now, as far as how legitimate it is, that remains to be seen. Nevertheless, if you take it at face value, it's definitely an interesting read.
Good.
Yeah.
It does sound good, but the like I said, the book is slightly, the documentary I think slightly different. They go more into the footage that was never able to be released or whatever, and a lot of the footage is I don't know, would really make you think that this place is what a lot of the talk is, because I mean they go from everywhere from the UFO connection, right, to like Alex mentioned, the giant wolves or coyotes or whatever, dogs, and so on and so on. But I mean the thing is, did this stuff actually go on there? And I think that's what I mean, if it did, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Gord wanting to see demons.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, I'd love to go into a place like this. I mean, can you guys, like, we'll take a break here soon, but I mean, can you guys think of a location that you've been like totally in awe of?
No, I can't say that I have.
You can't say nothing.
No.
Absolutely
Not in
nothing.
awe.
Zero.
No. I don't know. I mean, Whippy Asylum probably comes closest to that, I guess you could say. But I wasn't in awe of it. But it was an interesting place, nevertheless.
Okay. Gord?
I would have to go with Century Manor.
I knew you were going to say that.
I had some freaky experiences there.
You know, you're going to have people eating out of the palms of your hands now when you're saying Century Manor.
Because I was one of the only legal ones allowed to investigate? Oh, right. Yeah. Break in?
So why? What can you say why?
No. No. No.
I will not divulge that information. Absolutely not.
Let's say a deal was made, and that yeah, no, I can't divulge the actual
I
story.
can't succumb to pressure.
Yeah, can't do it.
So, Steve,
Okay.
the name of
Go
that
ahead.
person, is it by chance George Knapp?
George Knapp. That's George Knapp. You're absolutely right. I like George Knapp, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, again,
Because he's hosted Coast to Coast a couple of times too.
he has, but what is his angle? My frame of thinking is like anybody, it's publicity, a publicity stunt, to try to make a little bit of coin or whatever. I don't know. I don't want to say that, but that's what I got out. That's what I got out of the documentary.
The documentary, it's quite possible that's the case. The actual investigation that occurred with the NIDS team from Robert Bigelow, I don't think was after the money. I mean, the guy's a billionaire. He doesn't need money.
Well, yeah, no,
You know what I mean? So the investigation itself, I think, was actually legitimate. It was a legitimate interest on Bigelow's part to try to see if they can capture actual paranormal paranormal activity. Did they or not? I mean, it almost seemed like all of the activity would occur when the team wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And when the team did show up, very little, if nothing, would happen. With the exception of that incident with the portal that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things, right? So who knows? Was it the family
it's one of those things.
Yeah.
Man.
It's one of those things.
One of those things.
It's a head scratcher.
Head scratcher. Head scratcher.
Head scratcher. Come on, not one of those again.
Think.
Okay, so anyways, we're gonna take a short break here, and if you'd like to follow us, you can do so on Twitter at Dark Discussions. Wait a sec. Gord, is that your PC in the background with duct tape all over it? Facebook, simply type in Nocturnal Frequency Radio in the search box, or go to www.facebook.com/Nocturnal Frequency Radio. No, is it Nocturnal Frequency Radio? Yeah, exactly. And Instagram, where we have not posted any ghost photography on.
No, we haven't. That's because Gord hasn't submitted any to us.
Hold on, man. I got the proof.
Nocturnal Frequency Radio. You can find us there too. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. You're listening and watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio here on the New Visions Radio Network and YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Right. And welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio here live on the New Visions Radio Network and, of course, simulcasting on our YouTube channel. So however you are checking us out, if you're listening live or watching us live, thank you for tuning in or watching. And tonight, our guest this evening unfortunately had to reschedule. So Lisa will be joining the show. Hopefully in January, we'll get that out to you guys as to when she's going to reschedule. Until then, you're stuck with us tonight. And of course, we got our good friend, Dr. Damon Gord.
Yes, quite. Hello, gentlemen. Hello.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's
get into the meat of it.
No, let's not skirt around the issue here.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask the question. Gord.
Yes, Steve.
If you question something that, say, somebody posts a picture or tells an experience or whatever, and you ask a question of it, and you ask, well, is there some sort of proof, or you scrutinize the situation, does that make you a non-believer?
I don't know if it makes you a non-believer, but definitely in the online community, the fact that you asked a question of any kind without just blindly agreeing, automatically you're condemned. You're a troll, you're a disturber, you're a non-believer, because you asked a question. Question someone's evidence, shall we say.
How dare you?
I can't stand that word. I really can't, especially when it comes to something that is quote unquote paranormal. How can you claim something being evidence if you have no idea about what the hell the paranormal is all about in the first place?
Because it resembles TV.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, seriously. How can you make claim like ghost photography?
I can answer that.
You can? Okay.
It's an attention thing. It's pay attention to me. Give me your likes. Pay more attention to me.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, what's the point? Like, what do they think they're gonna get out of it? Really? Let's say they get 100 likes. What's that gonna do for them?
That's gonna bring the flock.
A flock, yeah, a flock of people.
Go tonight. So he puts up a picture, and the flock go to him. Oh, there's an orb. Immediately loving it. Oh, I see orbs too. Okay, now you're an orb photographer. You post one. Now the community is building. And then I come along and go, look at this orb. Now all of a sudden we're the heroes because we see paranormal activity in all our pictures, even if they're blurred, explain, very easy to explain, or it's ridiculous. It's a mob mentality.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And but sometimes it does act in your favor as well. I mean, if you're going to question the validity of a photo or whatever, or ask, sensible questions. I mean, for instance, if somebody posts a picture, you ask something like, well, do you have a photo of before or after? Or can you tell me a little bit more about this kind of, this scenario? Because I wasn't there when you took this photo. And automatically, not everybody, but some people, literally, their panties are are in a bunch. You know, they don't like to be scrutinized. And some will not allow you to have the last word. They'll continue and continue and continue until they're dead to try to justify the photo or story or whatever else. When you know damn well, and I know there's others that will say, look, yeah, you know, yeah, I don't get it. This is not paranormal. This isn't proof of the paranormal. You know, but people on Instagram tell me it is.
That's the problem. There's no questions. There's just like, okay, yeah, that's paranormal. There's a difference between an anomaly, something paranormal. Okay, when your pictures are fuzzy and they're all like crooked ass angles and it can't make sense of anything, and there's light trails, and stop and think about that. But nope, the flock just go, yep, I see it. I see it right there. That hazy ass gravestone that's blurred because you're moving in low light using a cell phone is a soldier. Yeah, that's it. It's a soldier. No.
But let me ask you, Gord. You know, somebody posts a picture, excuse me, of something, you know, a bug in flight.
Yep.
And making claims of, you know, well, look at this is ghost photography, and somebody approaches and said, look it, it's simply a bug in flight. I have a photography background, and I've witnessed this a million times, and yet the person will go, well, you know, show me your photographs, and you know, come on, prove me wrong with your photographs. I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense. Why do you need to see my photographs to prove your photographs are wrong? I don't get that. I really don't. That doesn't make sense. And you know what? You really need to take criticism. If you're not prepared to take criticism, and you know, you saw when I posted a photo, Gord, on that particular group, whatever. I said, look, I'm not going to suggest anything about this photograph. I'm not going to let you know anything about this photograph. I just leave it up to your perception. I want to hear your perception, what you see, what you think you see, whatever else, right? I did not suggest anything. I didn't circle anything. Somebody else circled something. I never circled anything. Look at this point in the picture. Look at this is what I'm talking about. Once you do shit like that, you're automatically mentally suggesting to people who are looking at the photo that this is where I want you to look and this is what you're going to see. Automatically, that's a no-no.
Agreed. It's the same with my forte when I paranormal investigate. Mine is EVPs.
Mm-hmm.
I will literally just take a sound file and go, hey, what do you hear? And I'll send it to various people. I won't label it. I won't tell them how I got it, what happened. I'm just like, I don't know, this is weird. You want to take a listen? You know, like we were talking about the woodlot and how, you know, on the last time I was on here, how I had captured that EVP. I am still sending it to various people. And while they agree that they can hear something, everyone's in agreement they don't know what it says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's not once have I suggested, well, maybe it says, you know, I'm making toast or whatever. Discussion. So,
Now I want some toast. Thanks a lot. No.
hey, no problem. I'm here for you. Rather than, you know, me suggesting, you know, this is an EVP where they say I'm making toast. You know, immediately you're subconsciously listening for any word that sounds like I'm making toast.
I'm making toast.
If you just give them an audio file or just give them a picture and go, let me know. You know, we talked about my social experiment the last time I was on here. And it only took literally 2 hours for my story to sink into people's heads. And then that's all they concentrated on was the story I had suggested to them. There's no free thinking. There's no, it's more paranormal the entertainment rather than paranormal the science.
Well, no, I mean, and the justification behind that is science is fallible. I mean, science doesn't know everything, therefore, it leaves this huge, huge universe that we could probably call the Wild West now, right? I mean, it's uncharted territory. And until science can explain bits and pieces of it, it's going to stay that way. But that doesn't mean that we can't be sensible about this. Because I'll tell you right now, 99% of the stuff that people post and share and whatever else, there's logical reasoning, there's logical explanations behind this stuff. That is not to say that I'm or you guys or whatever are trying to debunk anything. That's not it. You're trying to make things or people understand that may not. Wait, you don't have to teach me, right? So, I mean, for crying out loud, people, this is why I'm saying you need to be able to accept criticism and learn from that criticism. Because, I mean, let's face it, we're all still students here. We're all still learning about the paranormal. There's no expert. And you can have people say that until they're up the wazoo, but they're no more an expert than you are. I mean,
the other part is with the amount of people today that are interested in the paranormal, if we were to all approach it from a logical, level-headed, common sense approach, there's no reason this mystery of paranormal activity couldn't be unraveled with the amount of people all going gung-ho at the same time, collecting scientific evidence, rather than just, oh yeah, I was at a girlfriend's house, we played with a Ouija board, and there was a demon. Oh, there was a demon. You have any proof of the demon? No, we saw it. Can we see it? No, it left.
Just before you got there, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's always the way it works.
You made a key point there, Gord. Look at. There's so many people now looking into this and searching. But, for the most part, the things that people are sharing are literally knocking this back to the Stone Ages. We literally almost don't know as much as they did, say, almost 100 years ago about this. I mean, we're certainly not. I mean, do you think we're any closer to the fucking the truth about death?
Nope.
No, not at all.
So, I mean, I think people really need to start thinking logically when they're looking at the paranormal. And keeping everything open, but with an open, skeptical mind. You really do need to have that filter. If you do not have that filter, everything is a ghost. Everything is paranormal. And you know what? It's not. After investigating, I don't know how many times, Gord, you're the same way.
Yep.
And what kind of percentage would you give through your experience of something that is possibly paranormal?
Honestly, I would keep it low. Like, I've been doing this average about 16 years now. And I would say if I were to add up all the pieces of evidence that I have that are truly paranormal, and by paranormal, I don't mean spiritual, I mean unexplained, I would say maybe 5% tops.
Wow, you're more generous than I am.
Yeah, I'd say more around 2.
I wouldn't even say 2. I mean, but that's my experience, though. My experience, I'd say maybe 1%, if that. But like I said, both you guys have had different experiences than I have. I mean, and again, it's all up to the individual perception. Obviously, I mean that plays a major role in this. We're like, for instance, if I'm listening to an audio clip that I'm like, wow, that there's no doubt, I could play it for you guys, and you'd be like, I don't hear anything, right? Same with a photo or a piece of video or whatever. You know, I mean, let's talk about sort of expanding this a little bit. Gord, let's talk about the thing that you and I both perceived. You and I both had noticed during the third night of filming the third episode of Nocturnal Night Shots, the Dark Woodlot. You and I both experienced something and pretty much had the same sort of outcome. I mean, explain what you saw.
I saw after we heard the noise. Don't want to get away, but after we heard the noise, I saw a form that literally, it was white, literally looked like something crawling along the grass line, and I didn't see like facial features or anything like that. All I saw was a white form, and it definitely resembled a crawling motion.
Now, you want to be clear, Gord. You saw this real time, not through a recording.
Exactly.
With my own eyes. I didn't have a camera rolling. It wasn't supposed to happen.
No.
When it did happen, we were actually wrapping up for the night. We were getting ready to go home. We were just, doing our Cole's notes at the end of an investigation. Nothing was running except the one camera we had on each other to do our notes.
Mm-hmm.
No one was expecting this to happen.
Exactly.
What sucks is if we didn't capture this, it's just a cool story.
But at the same time, Gord, if we did capture it, and imagine if we shared it, how many people is it there going, no, that's fake. That's fake. No, and pick it apart. And that is something that I would expect. I mean, I probably would. If somebody posted a video of an experience like that, I would probably say, it was probably mist. It was probably fog. It was probably this. It was probably that. And that's normal. And I mean, you have to have that sort of expectation when you're delivering this kind of footage, right?
Yeah.
Marcy has a question for you, Gord.
Marcy has a question for you.
Yeah. She's asking, what was your reaction when you saw it at the time?
I was a little bit in awe because, I'm very skeptical in my approach. And I'm looking at this thing going, what is this thing? Isn't it? My brain started rattling through, what could it be? Animals, like it's the woods, could be a skunk. Last time we were there, we saw a possum in a tree. But there was no distinguishing marks on this thing. It was just a white form. And as soon as you turn to someone and you go, am I nuts? And they're like, no, I can see it too. All of a sudden your brain is just, it gets buzzed cross-wire. It's like, I shouldn't be seeing this, but someone else is verifying that I'm seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah, both Gord and I, experienced that. And again, we basically looked at each other and went, okay, did you just see what I saw? And immediately Gord went, yeah, I saw that. And we compared, and we had, and basically how we compared it was similar, just slightly different, obviously, because different perspective. But basically in the same area, the same sort of movement, if you will. Whatever. It was just totally screwed right up.
Yes.
You know, Gord, you put it perfectly. It was something that wasn't supposed to happen.
Of course, this
But it
had to
did.
happen on the night that I wasn't there.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
it happened? Because you weren't there.
I know.
Uh,
Jeez.
But yeah, like we were in shock. Everything that randomly occurred that evening occurred in that spot area where we saw the white form. It was like everything was just concentrated in that area. You know, to capture some of it, you'll have to find out when the episode comes out. But
Yes, Nocturnal Night Shots 3, The Dark Woodlot. You can check out the. Actually, Alex, you can play it during the break, right?
If you guys mute your microphones, yes.
What?
Oh, you talking about the NSS? Yeah, no, I can play that. Yeah.
wait, why am I muting there? What?
I'll mute you guys for you.
Oh,
You'll mute us for us. Oh, thank you very much, sir.
got the
Really,
button.
really appreciate that.
Here's point.
And we're getting close. We're getting close. Oh my God, time is flying. It's almost 10 o'clock already.
I know.
So, well, I guess we should continue on with the woodlot. I think we're getting people intrigued here. And you know what? It was an intriguing 4-night shoot. It really was. The fourth night was kind of quiet, but we did, and Alex did. What did you hear, Alex?
Yes, Alex, do tell.
I heard Gord drooling over the possum.
It was stuck dead. I'm in a panic.
Well, we heard a noise again. I don't want to spoil it because I'd rather people find out through the episode itself. But I did hear.
We've already told people. We've already told people.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. It was like a wailing. So I heard it too that night, and it didn't sound like. You know, some people will say, "Oh, you know, maybe it's a car in the distance." It wasn't that.
No.
No. We could hear the cars. That was separate.
Yeah, I mean it's a. I don't know how to describe it. I really don't. Gord, get out there, Gord. How you described it in the beginning, but now obviously you've changed your mind on the sound. But what did you think it was in the beginning?
Well, when I first heard it, I thought it was just the squealing of tires. But upon looking at the evidence, and by evidence I mean the area itself, the aerial photography, the distance that the sound was heard from us, there is no way that it was tires from a road far off in the distance. And the one night, literally 3 different times we heard it in a short period of time we were there, and 3 different times it echoed from a different spot. Like it was moving.
And let's point out the third and final time we heard it. Directly after that is when we experienced the anomaly.
Yes.
So, is it possible that this strange wailing sound is associated with that anomaly? And we're not saying exactly what we think that this anomaly might be associated with, because we haven't talked too much about the area's history, and that's on purpose. Obviously, we'll let the cat out of the bag. Obviously, with the new episode when it comes out, but what do you think, Gord?
I do think there is a relation between everything we experienced there. As to what that relation is, it's speculation.
Yeah, exactly.
It is speculation because, we don't have a way to sit down and, oh, pardon me, Mr. and Mrs. Spirit, you answer some questions for us. We're good. Yeah, of all the things we encountered, they did seem to be randomly related.
Gord, we need to send out a special hi to the Sop Sparkle ladies listening, by the way.
Hello, Sub Sparkle Lady.
You know who you are.
She knows who she is. She's listening in. She's an avid listener of the show, and we absolutely appreciate it every time she tunes in. So, yeah. Well, let me ask you, you guys. Would you guys go back there and do a full investigation?
Sure.
I think I would. I think I would hold off until spring.
Oh yeah, no.
Maybe the summer. The spring would be too muddy.
The summer, there's going to be a lot of bugs. Like a lot of bugs.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, how
You guys
about?
are afraid of getting cold.
Oh,
yeah,
it's just a lot of snow right now.
I think you should get a hockey mask and bring a machete.
Okay, done. We can do that.
Okay, well, you know what? I think we'll take our halfway break here, guys. I want to remind everyone you're listening to Nocturnal Frequency Radio, watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio on our YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in and watching. We'll be right back. We'll talk more about the woodlot and, well, the lines are open, guys. If anyone would like to call after the break, you can do so. 716-406-4472. Give us an experience, a photograph, whatever. If you had some sort of strange anomaly happen within what you think might be the paranormal, Dr. Demon Gord wants to hear it.
I do. Let me hear it. Bring it on.
Once again, the number is 716-406-4472. And call. We want to hear from you. So hold tight. You're listening and watching Nocturnal Frequency Radio here on the New Visions Radio Network and YouTube. screen.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, I heard that way.
Welcome back to Nocturnal Frequency Radio here live on the New Visions Radio Network, and of course simulcasting on our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us this evening. And well, we just ended that last little sort of diatribe, whatever you want to call it, with talking about the woodlot, the dark woodlot,
the scary woodlot.
Now,
There's three.
let me ask you guys, overall, your thoughts about the woodlot.
It's a nice place.
That's
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it there.
It's a nice place. I
It is.
enjoyed it.
It's a nice place. It's a nice eerie place.
Gord.
Well, I'll be honest.
Dr. Demon Gord.
When I first visited the woods, I was fairly confident that I was just going to chalk it up to urban legend.
Yeah.
You know, that these were just stories with no validation. Am I convinced it's haunted? No. But it began to intrigue me.
Thanks a lot. You just gave it away.
Huh.
You don't think it's haunted? Oh, man. You blew it for us all.
It's all done. That's it. It's over. What happened? But that's just my opinion. Other people can form their own opinion. No, but it's very intriguing, and I literally think that come next year we should hit it again.
I agree.
The Woodlot Part 2. The Revenge of the Grey Lady.
Oh, now you ruined it.
Yeah,
Ruin
Steve.
what? No, but what? What did I ruin?
What?
Nobody knows anything. What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Now Alex disappeared, but he's back, so it's okay.
He's back. He's not wearing his
I did a quick kind of getaway there.
he's not wearing his zip down Nocturnal Frequency zip down.
In the
He's
wash.
not.
And we have to talk about that, Alex.
Yes, we do. We have a new zip-up hoodie, folks. In the merch store, teespring.com. Just do a search on Nocturnal Frequency Radio. You'll find it. It's a great buy.
He really sold that.
I did. I should put a promo together.
And it's a great way to stay in shape.
Yes.
Take it for a run.
It
Take it for a
absorbs
boat ride.
sweat.
A boat ride. Oh, it'll keep you nice and warm, won't it?
It absorbs all your sweat when you go jogging.
And make sure you grab a Nocturnal Frequency mask as well.
Yes.
It's very fashionable right now.
It
Those
is.
masks.
Our good friend Justin did.
Yeah, Justin bought one. Yeah, thank you again, Justin, for buying one, by the way. Hey, Terry, how are you? Good to see that you've tuned in tonight or watching us. Always great to see Terry. Avid listener of the show, supporter of the show, and I want to thank you again for sticking around and putting up with our
Nonsense.
nonsense. Yeah.
And we must say, Harry did buy merch.
He bought merch. Yeah,
He bought
did.
merch. He's a true blue listener.
Well, I hope his merch is weathering the storm fine, because we don't want any negative feedback.
That's right. This is what Terry deserves. I don't know if the people are aware. I'm playing with my new toy.
Hey, it's a PG
You know,
show.
I'm sorry, but Gord, how did that sound to you? He's playing with his new toy.
Well, that's what I said. We're trying to keep it a PG show here.
I don't have it listed as a PG show. I have it listed as adults only.
Oh, so now he's playing with his toy. He's bragging.
Oh. He's enjoying his toy. His
I
new
am.
toy.
I am enjoying my new toy.
I want to say he's loving it.
His new toy makes a lot of noises.
It does. It even has a scary clip here. Listen.
I'm frightened.
Yes.
I don't know about you, Alex, Gord, but that sounded like something out of a cheesy 80s horror flick.
Yes, it did.
Play it again. Play it again.
All right.
Didn't it sound like it was out of a cheesy 80s?
He's over there. Hey, Mr. Horror, I have a question.
Oh, okay.
Because I thought about this, and it kind of goes hand in hand.
You're asking Alex, right?
I'm asking both of you.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a horror movie where somebody goes into a dark room, actually turns on a light?
What? What?
In all the horror movies, you know, where there's like a serial killer or, you know, somebody hunting them, they just go through the house, not once, they turn the lights on.
Then you haven't watched the trauma flick.
It wouldn't be a horror movie
Honestly.
if they turned on all the lights. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Why would they turn the light on?
To make sure.
What fun is turning a light on?
Yeah, who wants to live? Fuck. I don't know what happened.
It's a horror movie. You don't need to take it so literal.
Oh, is that what happened? I was just curious.
Well, you know, talking about horror movies, what is your new or latest 80s horror flick that you've really enjoyed?
Porkies.
Porky's.
I'll be honest.
That's a horror movie, all right? Yeah.
I've been binge watching some TV shows. I haven't really watched no horror movies lately. I'm
Well,
watching.
you could have said the last one you seen.
I don't remember the last one I seen. You remember the last one I watched?
No, was it Microwave Massacre?
That was a fun-filled adventure.
There you go. There you go. You could talk a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that was good. It was. I think it was filmed for about $10.
Yeah.
That guy wanted to be on camera, so I'm pretty sure that's how he landed the lead role. And yeah, wow.
Have you ever seen Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer?
No,
What?
though.
Dude, you really need to see that movie.
Okay.
Were you a Walking Dead fan?
No.
Did you watch it at all?
I watched 3 seasons and then I went, no more. This is stupid.
Do you remember Daryl's brother?
Yes.
He plays Henry. He plays Henry.
Okay.
Dude, yeah. You need to check it out. It is a cool flick, man.
I will have to. Yes.
Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer.
I want to look that up.
God damn it, where's my Suspiria movie?
You know what you can put? Hey, we're meeting here. Bring my goddamn movie.
Should we let the listeners listen to some EVPs?
That would be a great.
Yeah. Okay, well, hold on. Let's just reiterate. If you'd like to call into the show, the lines are open. You can call 716-406-4472 is the number to call. And again, if you have a question, comment, if you'd like to share a paranormal experience that you've had, talk about it, you can do so. Give us a call at 716-406-4472. Yeah, Alex, let's roll some EVPs and see what people think.
Which one do you want to listen to first? You want to listen to yours?
Do yours. Yeah, throw yours out.
Okay.
A good one.
Set them up, buddy. Set them up.
All right, fair enough. The first one I'm going to play is titled Asylum EVP. This is taking at the old Whippy Psych Hospital I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. I've talked about it ad nauseum in past shows. But for those who haven't heard of it yet, it was an old psychiatric hospital that was shut down well over a decade ago, if not more than a decade ago, probably 20 years. We went there a bunch of times and basically captured nothing. But this one time that I went there was with 3 other people, 4 including myself. And we decided to split up into 2 groups of 2s, and we went into one of the big main buildings. We went separate ways. We divided into 2 groups of 2s and went separate ways. 2 of us went east, I guess, and 2 of us went west. I don't know the exact directions, but we went opposite ways. I was with my friend Jen, and we walked past a set of staircase. We were on the top floor, and she stops at the staircase, and she looks down and she tells me there's something down there. So I told her we'd go down and check it later, and we continued on because I said, let's finish the floor, see what we get, and then we'll go down to the main floor and then subsequently the basement after. So we went into the room right after the staircase that she made that comment on, and I took out my recorder, took it out, started recording. She's blabbing off and something in the background. I can't even tell what she's saying. You'll hear her mumbling, but if you listen carefully, you'll also hear a male voice at the same time. I'm not going to say what the person says, but I will say you'll hear it at the same time as she's talking in the background. So here's the clip itself, and tell me if you guys hear something. You guys hear that? Is it loud enough?
Did you play something?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I heard it. Play it again.
Okay. Okay. What did you guys hear?
Loudness.
Yeah, it was just really loud, man. It was hard to make out anything. But play it one more time.
Okay, I'll turn down the volume. Maybe that'll help out.
Okay, that's all.
I'm hearing something, but I can't make out what I'm hearing, though.
Right, but you do hear a female voice in the background mumbling, right?
Yeah, I hear something.
Okay,
yeah.
So at the same time she's saying something, or she's mumbling, if you listen carefully, you'll hear a second voice. I'll play it one more time in a second, but just to give it some context, I had this clip analyzed by 2 different people. The first person that had him, I gave this clip to, confirmed that there was 2 distinct wave patterns at the time. Now, I know some people will argue, well, that might have been just you saying something. The thing I want to add is, if I was the one holding the recorder, and I know you can see this, like I was holding it not even a full arm length away from me. But even if I was whispering, you'd be able to hear my voice a lot more prominent than you do this second voice. So that was the first time I had somebody else analyze the clip. The second person I had analyze the clip, I had them try to clear up the background noise as much as they could. That's not this clip, by the way. That's another clip, the modified one. This is the original. And when that person cleared up the background noise as much as they could and tried to bring whatever the 2 voices were saying to the forefront, you can clearly you hear 2 distinct voices. It's still hard to see, or hear rather, what the second voice is saying, but I'll explain after I play it the final time what that person, or what I believe the person said. So here's the clip one more time. Did you hear that second voice?
Yeah, I'm hearing it, but again, it's just
Yeah. It's hard to make out.
It's hard to make out.
It's very hard to make
I
out.
do hear Gord.
I do hear, what I hear is I hear a female in the background, and then there's a whisper.
Mm-hmm.
But I could not ascertain as to how many words or words at all.
Okay.
Just a whisper.
Right, and that's basically what I heard the very first time I reviewed the clip. Once I got home from that night, I heard an additional voice, and that's what caught my attention. Now, it was hard to make out because it was a small room. It was my friend blabbing in the background, and you could and it echoed in there. I'm not gonna lie, it was, and that's what made it even harder to sort of distinguish what that second voice was saying. When I had this clip analyzed the second time, now remember, this is my friend, same friend that said there's something down there when she was pointing at the stairs when we stopped at the staircase.
Right.
I'm going to tell you what we think we heard once we had the second guy clear up the background noise. And I'm going to play it one last time and see if you guys can catch it. When the person cleared up that background noise and tried to bring the voices to the forefront, what we all thought we heard was everybody who's still here is down the stairs. Now, she had mentioned prior to getting into that room where I captured the EVP that there was someone down the stairs, meaning that wherever, because we were on the top floor of this building, there was only 2-story building, and it was obviously the main floor and the basement. Now, this building is the same building that housed the morgue for the complex, which we eventually ended up going to. We ended up going to the basement eventually that night, and we saw the refrigerators where they kept the bodies. So let me play this clip one last time, and keep in mind that what we thought we heard when we had the clip cleaned up was everybody who's here is down the stairs. Downstairs is the one word that you should be able to hear distinctly. So here it goes. Did you catch it?
I did not.
No.
No, I didn't either.
And it's probably not going to do it justice here. You probably have to listen to it in a better system. But nevertheless, when we had it cleaned up, everybody who was there, like myself, the guy who was cleaning up the clip, and a friend of mine, when he replayed it after he cleaned it up, that's what we all determined. We thought this is what the person or entity, for lack of a better term, was saying.
Do you have the original clip?
This is the original clip.
That's not the cleanup clip?
No, this is not the cleaned up clip. This is the original one.
Send me that clip.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
And I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
Because obviously when you try to clean up shit, it sounds more terrible. But
yeah,
there might be something that could be done to sort of maybe better audibly.
Yeah, for sure. I'll send it to you and then see what you can make out with it. Now, the second EVP that I have was at an office building. Well, it was a building that used to be a textile factory that got converted to office spaces. A friend of mine had an office at that building. He had complained to me, not complained, I guess disclosed to me rather, that he kept feeling weird things, sensations whenever he went to the washroom area, which is next to the kitchenette in his floor. So he would have to exit his office, walk down a hall, past the kitchenette to go to the washrooms. And he kept saying that around that area where the kitchenette washroom area is where he kept feeling something weird happening every time he went by. So we went there one night after hours when all the offices were closed to see if we could capture anything there. On this clip, you're going to hear my friend who's basically the one who's holding the recorder. He's the one that is basically demanding the spirit or whoever was there, whoever he thinks it is, that basically tell us your name. Basically, is what you're going to hear. You're also going to hear my EMF meter going off, the beeping. The response is going to come right after the beeping stops. So I'm going to play the clip and let me see and tell me what you guys hear.
Tell us your name. us your name.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did hear something.
Okay.
Beep, 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 and then it stops, and then 2 words.
Right.
There's definitely 2 words there.
So we have a comment actually. All the best, or I'm not going to say his real name, but all the best said, stairs is said in almost a whisper. I guess he's referring to the first clip, which is partially right. So what I heard was downstairs, which is close enough, right? But the second one here, let me play the second one more time. So like I said, my friend is basically demanding the entity's name, for lack of a better term. Let's see if you can hear what the actual response is.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
One more time.
One more time, okay?
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
What I heard, Mike, and something 2 syllables.
Right.
But Mike seemed pretty clear.
Yes. So, okay, welcome back, Steve. Want me to play the second clip again?
Play it again, buddy.
Okay.
I've heard it, but play it.
Okay, here it goes.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
All I heard was Mike, fuck off. I'm just kidding.
Oh, look, you made Gord lose his camera angle there. So both you and Gord, both you and Gord basically said this the first name, yes, is Mike. Right? That's fairly clear. When I listened to the clip after we captured it, we I got everybody's attention and I let everybody listen to it. Everybody agreed that the first name of the 2 name is Mike. The second one's kind of hard to make out, like his last name, I guess, for lack of a better term. But what we all came to a consensus was that we heard Mike McCullen, which is, like you said, Gord, a 2-syllable word. So I'll play it one more time and see if you guys catch that as well.
Tell us your name. Tell us your name.
What do you think?
Mike, I can't hear. I mean, I can't make out the last name.
Yeah, it's harder to make out the last name.
Mike something, obviously, but I don't know, dude. I can't. I know you've told me a million times, but I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have to hear, and I can email you this one as well, Steve, and you can listen to it for yourself. It's better if you listen to it, obviously not when it's preloaded in a system, but and see what you make out of it. Like, I mean, the good thing about this clip, unlike the other one from the asylum, was that this one was clear as day. The other one was kind of hard to catch, and I had to kind of go back and listen to it a couple of times to make sure that it was something there. This one was clear. As soon as the beeping stopped from my EMF meter, it was clear as day that there was a response. Now there was a few of us at that location. It was about maybe 4 or 5 of us, but I made it clear to everyone that if they had to say something while we were recording, that they would say it loud enough for us to be able to distinguish on the recording who it was that was talking, and otherwise not to say a word, because that's the one thing that I stress whenever I did EVP sessions, is that you cannot whisper when we're doing an EVP sessions, because it's hard to distinguish who's what. So if you got to say something, say it loud enough. Otherwise, don't say anything at all.
You need to talk normal.
Right.
But if you're gonna whisper, then make sure you mark it. I sent you another EVP from Waverly Hills.
Fair enough. Now, do you want me to play yours, Steve? You're gonna have to set that one up.
This one was actually taken from which one? You're playing the first one I sent you?
Right, the first one.
So basically, the first one that you're going to hear is taken from the video audio of a walkthrough the very first time we were in the Spruce Lane farmhouse. And this gem actually lay dormant for almost 10 years before I discovered it. And when I did discover it, I'm like, wow, I was blown away. But anyways, because we're not showing the video, basically the cameraman is in the house by himself. You do hear us in the background, and that's because we're at the front door talking away. But Mike, who was doing the camera work, he was doing a walk through the house, and he started centering in on a portrait that is titled Cherry Ripe. I just found that out actually, and there's actually a song related to that portrait called of the same name, Cherry Ripe. And I've been doing more research on this, and it's really fascinating. But I'll get into that later. But anyways, as he's centering the camera on this photo or this portrait of this little girl in period piece, all of a sudden you hear something that sort of relates to the photo, and it's quite bone chilling, to be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna play it right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe play it again.
Yep.
What do you hear, Gord?
I don't hear any words that I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely a female voice coming through on that clip.
And there was no females present, by the way, at the time of this recording. Well, when he was rolling with the video, obviously there was nobody with him. Number one,
Right.
and this was taken upstairs in the lobby area of the bedrooms, at the top of the stairs. Maybe play it one more time, Alex.
Sure.
And I mean, let me ask you, what do you in relation to where the camera is? How close does it sound to you guys?
Just off to the side, to be honest.
Yeah,
And,
it doesn't sound
you
that
know-
close.
Huh?
It doesn't sound terribly close. It sounds almost like. I mean, if you're
It
in a.
sounds a lot. It sounds a lot. To me, it sounds a lot closer than us in the background.
Well, yeah. No, but I'm saying it's not right up to the mic is what I'm getting at. So,
No, it's not right up to the mic. It's just off to the mic, just off from the mic. But to me, it's is it French? I don't know. I can't make it out. I know a little bit of French, but I can't make it out. And yeah, singing or reciting a nursery rhyme, I don't know. It's a heated debate on what she's doing. Is it a song that she's singing? If so, I'd love to know what song it is. And is it related to the song that the portrait is about? Cherry Ripe? I don't know. I did post it in the Gord. I don't know if you saw. I posted a modern rendition of it in the SOPS team group there. I don't know if you heard it or not.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Does it sound similar? I don't know. It's tough to tell. It really is.
I can play it one more time if you like.
Yeah, play it one more time. Go
Okay,
ahead.
here we go.
Definitely interesting.
Yeah. It blew my mind away when I was watching. Like I said, it's funny. I stumbled upon it because I was putting together a mini documentary for the Spruce Lane Farmhouse, the investigations over the past 10 years. I was going through some old footage, and I just happened to throw in the very first time we went in there. Was watching it for any intriguing, footage, and bang! I just, is that singing or is that, what the hell? You know?
Oh, Bobby? Bobby?
Huh?
What the hell, Bobby?
Yeah, exactly. It was just very intriguing, and like I said, I want to know more about that song or nursery rhyme, whichever it is. It's just very intriguing.
Yeah, Marcy said she heard singing, or she says she's singing.
Yeah, I mean it's a split decision. I mean I've played it for a lot of people, and I get the singing, or I get it seems like she's reciting a nursery rhyme. Whatever it is, it is. I mean, it's seemingly there. It seems, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and again, there was no females present at the time of that recording, so yeah, cool.
Cool. Now we got two more from you.
Well, okay, so this is the same sort of scenario, only from two different recorders, and this is taken from Wayville Hills Sanitarium in Louisville, Kentucky. And of course, a lot of people go, "Oh my God, the Disney World of the paranormal." Yes, pretty much. But anyhow, this was captured almost close, if not indirect, in the direct vicinity of when we captured the big rubber ball moving on camera. And we were doing an EVP session in the room next to that room where the ball was moving. And this what you're hearing is one of the investigators at the time, Rob, who was asking a question because there's this myth about Timmy, who would like to play with people, toys or whatever, and balls, would roll the ball around and da da da. Myths, whatever. If it's true, who knows? Whatever. So, anyways, we decided to test it out, and we put a ball, this big heavy ball, on a quarter. Put a chalk circle around the ball and around the quarter, and we left it alone. And when we came back, it was still sitting on the quarter. It doesn't look like anything moved. But when we reviewed the footage, you actually see the ball leave the quarter, circle around in a very playful manner, and then return to the quarter, which was odd. What are the odds of a ball returning to a quarter? It was originally sitting on a quarter and then rolling around, and then all of a sudden returning to it. I mean, what are the odds? You tell me, guys.
Very slim.
But anyhow, this EVP that you're going to play is around that time, shortly after, in the room next to where this happened. Go ahead, dude. You're going to hear a male voice, and then you're going to hear a female voice, and then all of a sudden, I'm not going to tell you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to play Rob's EVP first.
Oh, sorry, I screwed that up. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
For some reason, the audio just... Maybe play it again.
Okay.
You bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
Gord?
One more time.
Okay.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
I heard some, like a child's voice.
Yeah. Definitely a voice after, what did you say his name was? Rob? After Rob stops talking.
Yeah.
As for what? I can't make it out.
Okay, play it again, Alex.
Okay.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
Now, I could tell you what we kind of think it says. But I'll leave that up to you guys.
Do you want me to play the other?
Play the second.
Yeah.
The second clip is taken from from Leanne's recorder, which is in a different position in that same room.
Okay. Here it goes.
Bring that tennis ball to us?
Could any
So I heard something, but I mean, it was harder to tell than the first recording, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
I'll play it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
You bring that tennis ball to us?
It almost sounds like there's two different voices.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that.
I was going to say, he asks if he brings the tennis ball back. You hear, I would say, like a child, and then you hear a whisper. It's a very faint whisper, though.
Exactly. Now play the first one again, Alex.
Okay.
And then listen to that second voice, if you will.
Okay. Here goes.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
could anybody please make a noise?
Now play the second one.
You bring that tennis ball to us?
Could any
What happened? I think it just. Let me play one more time. I think it just ended shortly.
Yeah.
Bring that tennis ball to us?
could any
It's hard to make out what the voice was saying, though. That's the only problem. You whispering, Steve?
There isn't one.
There isn't.
There isn't
Oh,
one. Play the first one again.
Okay.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
could anybody please make a noise?
Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, it does sound like that.
In the first syllable, the first voice sounds like it's saying there isn't a tennis ball. But the second one is more predominant in the second recording, where you can't really hear in the first recording.
Want the second one to be played again?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay.
You bring that tennis ball to us?
What is that
Could
whisper?
any-
That has always intrigued me, what the whisper is saying. Because you clearly hear the whisper in the second recording more than you do in the first one.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. So it sounds
What
like
do you-
the whisper is closer to the second person's recorder. How far apart were they?
They were in the same room. They were probably a good 20 feet apart.
Okay. So there's a question in chat
Right.
saying,
I mean, the room was huge. The room was big, so at least 20 feet, if not more.
okay. There's a question in chat saying, have you ever tried playing both recordings at the same time?
Mm.
I don't know. Let's see if I can do it.
Good
Actually,
idea.
you want me to see if
Can
I
you
can do
do
it?
Right.
Let's give it a shot.
Bring that tennis ball to us? Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
No.
No, echo time.
Yeah. It's not in sync. That's the problem.
Well, you know what? I could, that's actually a good idea. I'll have to sync them up. I think I'll give that a try. That's a really good idea. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. That was Ron who suggested that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ron. Yeah. So I mean, do you want another EVP or what do you want? Do you want another EVP?
Do you want another one?
Do you want another EVP?
Send it.
It to Alex's. Okay, play. Do me a favor and play the first clip again, and then play the second clip again.
Okay. Here we go.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could anybody please make a noise?
Here's the second one.
Did you bring that tennis ball to us?
Could any
Can anybody? I know it still brings chills. And you know what? If you saw the footage of the ball, I call it the Waverly ball, and the movement, it adds so much more to it. The footage is freaky that we even captured it, but to let alone capture that ball movement, then capture this, and let me tell you. The ball movement, it literally took going through 4 DVI cameras that recorded 6 hours straight. So to find that needle in the haystack, just imagine how much review it took to find that footage.
Hmm.
And this is what it takes to be a paranormal investigator, right, Gord?
Pretty much. It takes dedication to go over your evidence, to scrutinize it. Not just go, oh, look, something that looks like a blob. That's paranormal.
I think I sent you another one, dude. I don't know if you got it or not.
Hasn't come in yet. Just checking now.
Just checking.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
But I mean, this is the wonderful world of EVP. What are they? We don't know. There are many theories out there. Obviously, one of them being the disembodied voices of loved ones who have passed on. There are other theories that we are able to patch into a parallel universe. Glitches in time. There are all sorts of different explanations or theories, if you will. But, I like to think that the EVP realm is heavily patched into the infrasound realm. And these are imprints that are within the infrasound realm that we are able, obviously audible to the human ear, but are audible through devices that are able to patch into the realm. That is my theory. And I know that I'm sure there's a few people out there that do agree with that kind of theory, but that's my opinion. Doesn't mean it's true. I'm not an expert, but I mean, what do you guys think?
I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. I have the new one loaded up whenever you're ready.
Gord?
I'm not sure. You and I were talking about this when we were doing the investigation. There is another theory that they're just random, kind of like there was a discussion in the paranormal Facebook group about spirit boxes. EVPs are almost kind of the same thing, well, at least in my experience, because they always seem to be a random phrase. You know, I've never really caught one yet where it answers a direct question. They always seem to appear on a tape, you know, where, you know, a couple, you know, we're talking or whatever, and then all of a sudden there's this voice over here that's just random. So I'm not entirely sure what an EVP is.
I don't think any of us do. I mean, it's all based upon theory, obviously. We'd be millionaires if we were the first ones out to figure out what EVPs are, right?
True, very, very true.
But okay, play that EVP, man.
Okay.
Here we go.
Now, is it that noise that you hear, like that sort of like?
What? Yeah. What are you guys hearing? What are you guys hearing? Explain what you hear.
It almost seems like someone's knocking something down.
Gord?
I just heard a whole lot of outside noise. Can I hear it one more time?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here it goes. It was like a door closing.
What I heard was there was some outside noise, then what resembled, say, a knock at a door, a little more outside noise, then almost like a door opening or a door closing. Pretty much sums it up.
Let me sort of add to it.
Where your clip is coming from or what the scenario is.
And I will tell you that now. Let me ask you. Let me ask you. Does that sound like the double doors of a storm door of an old house?
Yeah.
You know what I mean by a storm door, right?
Yep.
Yeah. A little bit, because the door did sound kind of heavy when, you know, the opening door sound was made.
It almost sounded like it was hitting twice, like it kind of slammed a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play it again, Alan.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, somebody knocking and then coming in the door.
That was taken at DeForest at 1 o'clock in the morning. And wouldn't you think that would be something that you would audibly hear real time, Al? Or
Yes.
none of that was present at all. None of it.
Except for the crickets.
Well, except for the crickets, yeah.
Definitely the crickets, kind of the crickets.
Yeah. But I
That's
mean, huh?
That's very unusual.
Very unusual, yeah. I sent you another one, Alex, I think.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, it's extremely it's very unexplainable. Other than none of that was audible at real time. There was absolutely nothing resembling those noises real time.
Hmm.
Strange but true.
Blah, blah, blah.
Strange but true.
But I mean that's the beauty of the forest. And I know, Gord, you really haven't had much happen there during your time there, which is I'm sure it will change. I really do. Although the forest has not been as active as it has been in the past, that place has provided us with some very intriguing findings, to say the least. Some of our more classic EVPs from Southern Ontario Paranormal Society have come out of the forest. In the beginning, when we first started investigating and researching that plot of land, which there was little information about in the beginning, some of this, you'd go up there and hear what we like to call ghost chatter, and it sounded like literally hundreds of people talking, but you wouldn't be able to make out what they're saying. And you're like, what the hell is going on? And it just seemed like it was coming from the perimeter of the location. It was just incredible. Did you receive it, Alex?
I did, yes, and it's ready to go.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
That's the beauty of Victoria. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decorators out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, play one more time.
Yep.
That's the beauty of Victoria. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decorators out of it right now.
That one's the only one I didn't hear.
No, what are you getting, Gord?
There's a lot going on in here. There's a lot of different voices.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of the voices in the background. Okay, so let me set this up for you.
Before you do that, you want to sign off on New Visions and invite everybody over to YouTube?
Yeah, we better do that. Okay, we got to sign off on New Visions. We will do that. Sorry to say. Okay, thank you for tuning in on New Visions. Once again, join us on our YouTube group for the bonus here. YouTube.com/user./Nocturnal Frequency 1, or just type in Nocturnal Frequency Radio in the search box on YouTube. We'll see you over there. Thank you for tuning in on New Visions Radio. Until next Sunday night, take care.
Take care.
And so, anyways, what was I going to say? What was I saying now?
Send up your clip here.
Yeah, setting it up.
Yeah. Okay. So the clip is basically in the Spruce Lane farmhouse, and you guys know the layout.
Yep.
We were in the diner room area. The recorder itself, where you heard this from, was sitting on the mantle above the fireplace in the front parlor room.
Right.
So there's distance, right? Obviously, distance between the hallway and another room, right? So, anyways, you're hearing us in the back. You hear us in the background talking and all this kind of stuff. Excuse me. And what you're hearing in the recording excuse me, is pretty much present, at least in the room where the recorder is. And there was nobody in the room at the time. If you listen to the proximity of what those sounds, like the cough, clearing of a throat, and door banging, it's almost within that room where the recorder is. Play it again, Alex.
Okay.
That's the beauty of Victorian. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decorators up a bit right now.
And the intriguing thing about that door slamming or whatever it is that's slamming, this isn't the first time that's been captured on audio. In fact, I find it to be one intriguing thing about the Spruce Lane Farmhouse is that I've been able to capture that sort of noise, the door slamming, if you will, in several different clips, several different investigations, different times, and in different areas of the house, which is very odd and something I can't explain.
That's definitely different.
I mean, can you make out what I was explaining to you, Gord? I mean,
Yeah, the coughing is very loud, like it's almost in front of the recorder.
yeah. Weird, huh?
That is weird because you hear the voices in the background, but then the cough is like literally like they were standing right there in front of it.
Exactly. Really weird.
Weird, Peter. Weird.
Weird. Oh my God, you got it like this close up of me on. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. Skype keeps fucking changing the settings on here. It's
Oh
fucking
yeah,
ridiculous.
blame it on Skype.
Oh wow, let me see everywhere.
Blame it on Skype.
I'm gonna blame it on Skype.
Oh my God, look at there's Gord's nose hairs. Yeah. Do we want to play more or is that it?
I think that's it for tonight. But
Are you sure?
well, you have one more.
I've got another one. I've got shitloads.
Okay, we got time for one more. If you,
want
send
more?
it to me, send it to me.
Okay, play that last clip and I'll get this loaded up for you.
Okay, fair enough. Here it goes.
That's the beauty of Victorian. It doesn't have to go together.
Yeah, I get. Move the decorators up a bit right now. But
There it is.
Very, very intriguing. I don't know what to say other than crazy.
It's so weird.
It's very weird. Okay. I'm just trying to find this. I want to make sure that you guys get this guy. Here we go. Send it off to get out, Alex. So again, after hearing it again, Gord, so you definitely hear what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
Intriguing. Little bit different because there's so many people in the background, but there's definitely a volume change. The conversation in the background and the coffee, or not the coffee, the coughing.
Coffee talk.
All bumped up and literally like it was inches away from the camera or recorder.
Okay, so this next one I'm sending is Gord was a part of this investigation. I think this was pretty much close to when Gord first joined the group. And do you remember Big Sky?
Yeah, that's not plain, Steve. It's corrupt. The file's corrupt.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. It can't be corrupt. God
did you-
damn. I don't believe you. It can't be corrupt.
What it's saying. Not loading up.
Okay, let me try setting it again. Basically, oh,
Let me try something else. Let me try this way. Hold on. See if you guys can hear it.
That's a big negative.
Oh, hang on. Loading.
Loading, please wait.
Can you hear it?
nothing.
I don't know.
Because the WAV file.
Yeah. Has to be MP3.
It has to be?
Yeah.
Oh, figure.
Can't do it.
Someone... Yeah, hold on. Well, that sucks.
It does
Try
suck.
This one. Try this one. I'll send it to you. And that the one I was gonna send you, well, the one I did send you was actually really cool. This one here is from the Tremaine House.
Ooh.
Coming up. I don't know. It's probably not one of the best that we have available, that I have available right now, but there's so many of them. But unfortunately, time restrictions, whatever. We'll see if the did you get it okay?
Yeah, I got it. Just downloading it now.
Okay. That kind of sucks at that one from Big Sky, because it's the Big Sky one that's very intriguing.
All right, ready to go with that one.
Go for it.
How was it?
Play it again.
Okay.
Okay, that was useless because that was no good.
Yeah, I got nothing there.
Nothing. Me neither.
Everything.
I don't know why that one. What happened with that one? I have no idea. No idea. What happened?
No.
What?
Sounds like people walking in mud.
Oh. Walking in mud. Play it again.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Either that or it sounds like a wet fart.
It sounds like a wet fart. I love it. Sounds like a wet fart. Yeah, hold on. Oh man.
Oh man.
That sucked because that one was.
That one was so cool. Then it was broken.
Gord hears a voice. Here you go.
Morton here's a who.
This one is from Big Sky,
Okay.
and this is Gord hears a voice.
Oh, that should be interesting.
Gord hears a voice, and this place, we can't talk too much about it, but let's just say the background, basically involves Al Capone. Al Capone during Prohibition visited this location. That's all we can say.
Just got it now. Let me just save it. Loading up.
Loading.
Okay.
Please wait.
Here we go. Here we go. Gord hears voice.
Somebody didn't pay the heating
just swore I just heard a voice, or animal, or you heard a voice?
Play it again.
Somebody didn't pay the heating bill.
Yeah.
Right there.
What? Just swore I just heard a voice, or animal, or you heard a voice?
So Gord heard that whatever it is. Gord heard that in real time. Play it again.
Somebody didn't pay the heating bill.
Yeah.
And you
What?
can't make it out.
What?
It's not
Just
one of
wanted
the
to share
best
a voice.
examples. I'm sorry. That squash that, unfortunately. Gord heard it and he was the only one that heard it.
A lot of good we're doing with that.
Okay, well, I think that's pretty much it, guys. What do you think?
Yeah,
I'm good.
That's good.
That's it. Time to wrap this up, boys. Thank you for tuning in on New Visions Radio Network, and of course, here watching us here on the YouTube channel. We'll be back next Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on both platforms. And we will get you more information about when Lisa Rooney will be joining us to talk about her book. Again, she was supposed to be on the show tonight, but unfortunately she's a little under the weather. So look out for that in January sometime. Go to our Facebook group to keep up to date with everything, and subscribe to our YouTube channel here. If you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe. We'd love you to keep up to date and you know what? Continuously tuning in and watching our ugly mugs reflect the light to the point where we just look like a couple of coneheads.
Yep.
Well, with Gord, it's 3 coneheads, right?
Yeah.
All right. Take care, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Good night, everyone.
Have a good night,
Have a good
everyone.
night.
Good night.